doctors are raising red flags. And it's not about what's in your blood work or your diet. It's about something far closer to home. The very rooms you live in every single day. You see, clutter doesn't just make a house messy. For seniors, it can quietly raise stress levels, worsen forgetfulness, and even increase the risk of accidents that could take away independence. And here's the startling truth. There are 5 specific rooms in your home that doctors say you absolutely must declutter if you want to protect your health, your safety, and your peace of mind. Miss just one of these spaces, and you could be putting yourself in danger without even realizing it. But take them step by step, and you might just feel lighter, calmer, and more confident than you've felt in years. Stay with me until the very end, because the last room we'll talk about is the one most seniors overlook. And it's the same one that nearly cost a woman named Eleanor her freedom. This isn't just about tidying up. This is about resetting your life in a way that protects your body, your mind, and your future. Welcome to Reset for Seniors, where today, we reveal the 5 rooms doctors say you must declutter before it's too late. When we think about health in our senior years, we often picture exercise, medication, or what we eat. But doctors are finding something surprising. Your environment, the very rooms you live in, can quietly shape both your physical and mental health. Studies show that clutter doesn't just sit on shelves. It raises cortisol, the stress hormone linked to anxiety and poor sleep. It crowds the mind, making forgetfulness worse. And it physically increases the chance of tripping and falling. An accident that, for many seniors, can mean the difference between living independently and needing constant care. But here's the hopeful truth. Clearing clutter in the right spaces doesn't just make a home look better. It makes life feel lighter, calmer, and safer. Doctors stress that by focusing on just a few key rooms, seniors can reclaim both their confidence and their peace of mind. That's where our story begins. Because behind every pile, every drawer, every "I'll deal with it later," there's a person living with the weight of it all. And for one woman, that weight nearly stole her freedom, until a wake-up call from her doctor changed everything. Her name is Eleanor. Eleanor is 74, a retired librarian who spent her life surrounded by books and knowledge. She loved her quiet routines, her tea in the morning, her novels in the evening, and the little treasures she had collected over the years. Each object, each stack of papers, felt like a part of her story. But over time, her cozy home became more crowded. The hallways filled with boxes she meant to sort someday. Her nightstand grew cluttered with pill bottles, glasses, and notes. Her living room, once a space for friends, was now lined with magazines she never got around to reading. Then one evening Eleanor tripped. A simple walk to the bathroom turned into a frightening fall over a box she had left in the hallway. She wasn't badly hurt, but the shock lingered. When she told her doctor, he looked her in the eye and said words she never forgot. "Eleanor, if you want to stay independent, you must declutter. Your home has to work for you, not against." That moment changed her. What had once felt like harmless piles of someday, now looked like barriers to her freedom. And as Eleanor began her journey, she learned what doctors already knew. 5 rooms in her home were quietly holding her back. Doctors often say the bedroom is the first place seniors must declutter. And for good reason. Sleep is where the body repairs, restores, and resets. But clutter in this space quietly disrupts that healing. Eleanor knew this well. Her nightstand was a tangle of pill bottles, old notes, unread books, and even a pair of broken glasses she kept just in case. Every time she lay down to rest, her eyes landed on the mess, and instead of calm, she felt the weight of everything she hadn't done. Science confirms her experience. Studies show that clutter in sleeping spaces can raise stress hormones at night, making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. And poor sleep doesn't just leave you tired. It weakens memory, mood, and even balance. For seniors, that combination can quietly erode health. So Eleanor took her doctor's advice. She cleared her nightstand until it held only 3 things: her glasses, a lamp, and one book she was actually reading. The difference was immediate. For the first time in years, her bedroom felt like a place of rest, not responsibility. She said, "I didn't just clear my nightstand, I cleared space in my mind." And that's why doctors start here. A clear bedroom isn't about appearances. It's about giving your brain and body the peace they need to keep you strong. The bathroom might not be the first place you think of when it comes to clutter, but doctors warn it's one of the most critical spaces for seniors. That's because clutter here can directly affect health, and sometimes in ways that are dangerous. Eleanor's bathroom looked tidy at first glance, but her cabinet told another story. Expired medications were mixed with current ones. Old bottles of lotion and half-used products crowded the shelves. Important prescriptions sat hidden in the back, easy to overlook. One day, she accidentally took the wrong pill, an old prescription she had forgotten to throw away. Thankfully, it wasn't harmful, but it was a wake-up call. When she told her doctor, he explained how common and how risky this is for seniors. Medication errors caused by cluttered storage are one of the leading reasons older adults end up in the hospital. Clutter in the bathroom also creates fall risks. Towels left on the floor, bottles scattered around, or rugs that slip can turn a quick trip to the sink into an emergency. For Eleanor, even something as simple as reaching past the clutter to find her eye drops felt like a balancing act. So she began fresh. She cleared her cabinet, tossing everything expired or unused. She placed her current medications in a small basket, clearly labeled and easy to reach. She replaced slippery rugs with non-slip mats. Suddenly, her bathroom felt safe again, and with that, she felt safe in her own home. Doctors stress this step because it's not just about order. In the bathroom, decluttering can be the difference between wellness and harm, confidence and fear. For seniors, the kitchen is more than a place to prepare food. It's the heart of daily health. And doctors warn that clutter here doesn't just create stress. It can directly impact nutrition, safety, and independence. Eleanor used to call her kitchen her comfort zone. She loved her tea, her soups, and the simple meals she prepared for herself. But over time, her counters filled with mail, gadgets, and unused appliances. Her pantry was stacked with cans and boxes, some long past their expiration date. She admitted that many nights, it was easier to reach for a frozen meal than to sort through the chaos. One day, while cleaning, she discovered canned goods that had expired more than 5 years earlier. That moment hit her hard. She realized her clutter wasn't harmless. It was standing between her and the healthy meals her body needed. Doctors confirm this struggle. Research shows that when kitchens are disorganized, older adults are less likely to cook nutritious meals. Expired food can lead to illness, and cluttered counters increase the risk of accidents, from spills to burns. So Eleanor took a small but powerful step. She cleared her counters, keeping only her kettle and a bowl of fresh fruit. She sorted her pantry, tossing what was expired and placing healthy staples within easy reach. Suddenly, cooking became simpler, and nourishing herself felt joyful again. She told me, "When my kitchen cleared, I started eating better without even trying. It felt like I was finally taking care of myself again." And that's the truth. A clutter-free kitchen doesn't just feed the body. It feeds confidence, dignity, and independence. The living room is meant to be a place of rest, laughter, and connection. But for many seniors, it quietly becomes a storage space, one that not only steals comfort, but also safety and dignity. Eleanor's living room told this story. Her coffee table was stacked high with old magazines she kept meaning to read. The floor had piles of newspapers near her favorite chair. Cords stretched across walking paths, and decorative items filled every surface. At first, it just seemed busy, but soon she realized she avoided inviting friends over because she felt embarrassed. Doctors say this isn't just about looks. The living room is one of the most common spaces for falls among older adults. Loose cords, crowded furniture, and piles on the floor all increase the risk of accidents. And beyond safety, clutter in the living room often leads to isolation. When seniors feel ashamed of their space, they withdraw from the very social connections that protect mental health. Eleanor knew this well. After her fall in the hallway, she looked at her living room differently. She began clearing the magazines, bundling them for recycling. She tucked cords neatly along the wall and gave away extra knickknacks that collected dust. For the first time in years, her living room felt open, inviting, and safe. When she finally hosted her neighbor for tea, she smiled and said, "I didn't realize how heavy the clutter felt until it was gone. Now, this room feels like mine again." Doctors emphasize this step because it's about more than space. It's about restoring connection, safety, and the joy of welcoming others in. If there's one area seniors tend to overlook, it's the entryway and hallways. After all, these spaces aren't for living, they're just for passing through. But doctors warn that clutter here can be the most dangerous of all. For Eleanor, this lesson came the hard way. One night, on her way to the bathroom, she tripped over a box she had left in the hallway. It was a small stumble, but it shook her deeply. She told me later, "I realized in that moment that one fall could change everything. My home, my independence, my freedom. It was all at risk." Her doctor confirmed her fear. Hallways and entryways cluttered with shoes, bags, boxes, or even small rugs are among the leading causes of falls in seniors. And for older adults, a single fall can mean broken bones, long recovery, or the loss of independence altogether. Eleanor didn't wait. She cleared the hallway, moving shoes to a basket, coats to hooks, and boxes to storage. She added a small light to brighten the path at night. For her entryway, she kept only the essentials: a place for her keys, her bag, and a chair to sit when putting on her shoes. The transformation was more than physical. She said, "When I walk through my hallway now, I feel safe. I feel in control again." Doctors stress that this step may seem small, but it is one of the most powerful. A clear entryway and hallway protect independence, turning the very first and last spaces you walk through each day into places of safety and peace. Now that we've walked through the 5 rooms doctors say seniors must declutter, the next question is simple. How do you actually do it without feeling overwhelmed? The truth is, you don't need to transform your entire home in one exhausting weekend. Doctors emphasize steady, manageable steps, because progress, not perfection, is what protects your health. Here are a few strategies that made all the difference for Eleanor, and that experts recommend for seniors everywhere. Start small, but start today. Instead of thinking about the whole house, choose one surface you use daily: a nightstand, a bathroom shelf, or your kitchen counter. Clear it completely, and only return what you truly need. That little, quick win will give you the motivation to keep going. Use the safety first rule. As you look around, ask, does this item make my home safer, or does it put me at risk? If it blocks your path, creates clutter near stairs or hallways, or is expired or broken, it's time to let it go. Group essentials together. Doctors often recommend keeping everyday items, like glasses, keys, and medications, in a designated spot. A small tray by the door, a basket on the counter, or a shelf in the bathroom can cut down stress and prevent forgetfulness. Break tasks into short bursts. Eleanor used what she called the 15-minute promise. She set a timer, worked for just 15 minutes, and stopped when it rang. That way, she never burned out. And yet, over time, she completely transformed her home. Ask for help without guilt. Whether it's a family member, a neighbor, or even a professional organizer, support can make the process easier. Doctors remind us that decluttering isn't just about independence. It's about making sure your home works with you, not against you. With these strategies, decluttering becomes less about struggle and more about steady progress. And for seniors, that progress means something powerful: less stress, better sleep, and safer, calmer days at home. Eleanor's story reminds us of a powerful truth. Clutter isn't just about mess. For seniors, it's about health, safety, and peace of mind. What started as boxes in a hallway, magazines on a table, and expired pills in a cabinet nearly cost her the freedom she valued most. But with each room she cleared, she reclaimed not just her home, but her confidence, her rest, and her sense of control. Doctors stress that this is not about achieving a picture-perfect home. It's about protecting the life you've worked so hard to build. Every drawer you clear, every walkway you open, every item you let go, it all adds up to a calmer mind and a safer future. So here's my encouragement for you. Don't wait until clutter forces you to act. Choose one room today. Maybe it's your bedroom, your bathroom, or the entryway you walk through every morning. Take one step and notice how it lightens not just your space but your spirit. And if this video has touched you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend or loved one who may also need the reminder that it's never too late to create a home that supports, rather than hinders, their health. Here on Reset for Seniors, we'll keep walking this journey together, because your home should always be a place of safety, peace, and freedom. Remember this: decluttering isn't about losing. It's about gaining clarity, confidence, and the independence to live your senior years on your own terms.